Hey, welcome back to the Odd Rod Garage. As you can tell, we started without you, but we do that quite often. So, right off the bat, I want to remind you to subscribe to the channel, give us a like, send a comment, and share the video. Remember, if you share with your friends and they mention your name, you get another name into the drawing. And this girl is coming along nicely. After the end of today, you're not going to believe how far we are. So, just a reminder, get those names in there. Tell everyone you can because
it's getting close.
Yes, it's getting really close. It'll be a drawing 2 weeks from today on Friday, April 1st. So, make sure you share the video. We appreciate it. Coming up, we have a little bit of cleaning on the truck. Today, we're going to set the front clip, inner fender wells, core support. We need to line up a radiator and get started getting that taken care of. We will get the hood on, which Tommy's going to hate because then it makes it harder to get in there, but we need to make the progress so this weekend I can work on it when he's gone. So anyway, we appreciate you guys coming by and spending time with us. All right, well, we forgot to video, but we still have a little cleaning left to do, so we thought we'd show you real quick. Yeah, we blast straight out on the inside. These trucks are not full of electronics like these newfangled pieces of garbage. Anyway, she's looking really cool. We're going to do a little more cleaning. We'll show you some of that, and then... Ugh. Ah.
What's up? The cool thing about here is you get something wet and in 5 minutes it's dry. That's the cool thing. We're gonna go ahead and spread the bed out and see what comes out of there. Alright guys, so we've been screwing around all morning. Actually not really. But we did clean up the giveaway truck. It's all nice and pretty inside. Well, not pretty. Anyway, it's clean and sterile. We're going to be doing some more stuff in there later on today. But what I wanted to show you is I'm doing tranny lines. We're going to try our best to get the front clip on us today. So that would involve tranny lines, getting the headers on it. We got to plug our O2s in. We have our wiring harness, we have our ECM, our fuse box, all the stuff, right? So there's a bunch of stuff we can get done without the front clip on there. But once it's on there, you're kind of fighting around stuff. So, anyway, I wanted to show you the transmission lines. So there they are. Meow, meow. Right there. You see the two bottoms coming out. And this is how it's going to go in. It's going to go in here. Meow. Zoop. And it's going to hit the lines right there, and that's going to go underneath the starter. It should fit great, and it comes out to here because once we get that in there, then we can run our hot cable for the starter, and yeah, all kinds of stuff. So hang on. All right guys, so you know, it's always harder to make two of them than just the one, so I'm gonna do my best to get them exactly symmetrical, but we'll see what we get. And another tech tip, if you have to do tight bends like this, do your bubble flare first. It's a lot easier to do the flare and then bend it than to try to flare it after the bend. So we're just going to try to duplicate this So this guy, this bend first has to be a little bit longer. We're gonna bend right there. All right. So there's that. Yeah. You look gorgeous. All right. So now that we got that, I'm going to cut the length, give my flare, and our tranny lines are almost done. I'll have to do a hanger off the side of the block, and it'll be great. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys. So the battery died in the camera, so I went in and finished the lines, and I'll show you what I got done. So here's our tranny lines, and those are the click style with the clip. Click, click, and they come right here. Then you zoom along right here, and I made this little clamp right here. Anyway, they're fixed, and the starter is going to sit up here, so that's not going to interfere with the starter. Theoretically, you could probably change the starter without having to deal with any of that. Just kind of think ahead of time there. And the reason why I had to run them like I did is the exhaust is right here. So the end of the header is probably something like right here. So anyway, you don't want to get stuff hot. So now I'm gonna go ahead and stick with this side. I noticed that when these headers here, they fit pretty good. And see that line right there? That is I indexed the exhaust pipe for the O2 and stuff like that. But right here, this edge right here, I have to flatten it out a little bit. I have to relieve it just a little bit because I have a feeling that if I cinch that down against the cylinder head, it's not going to seat right. So don't want to deal with that. So we're going to go ahead and take a little bit off of that, and then it's ready for that. And I think we're going to have to massage the dipstick tube too. All right, hang on.
And you guys didn't think I was here. I am.
Here's a neat trick. Because you take stuff on and off so many times, just go ahead and put nuts on there or something like that. All you're doing is snugging it down. Yeah. Alright guys, so this part right here, it's the very back of the block. There's a boss that pops out. So I'm going to relieve it about, not even 1/8 of an inch, something like that. Unfortunately, it hits right here too. So I'm going to use a ball peen hammer right there, just like tink, don't say nothing. Alright guys, I don't know if you can see there or not. I went ahead and relieved that a little bit. That's for the engine block. And just a little dimple right here on this one tube. And let's see how it fits. One more thing. If you have to do anything like this, and it's stainless steel, you really don't want to scratch or wreck those headers. Blocks of wood do really well because they'll take the absorption and it won't scratch nothing. Good. So now that we got the header to where it's going to fit, we have our tranny lines done, our trajectory looks great on the exhaust. Next thing is we need to look at the dipstick tube because all this stuff is on the same side. Might as well just stick with it. So it fits in there, but it doesn't want to attach to nothing. So what I'm thinking of doing here, there's another port here, or another way I can bolt it there. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go ahead and shape this. Let's go ahead and bend this to more of an angle like this and see if we can't get it to bolt up to the block, and then we'll cut it off. So I took the original one that was still attached here and cut it off. I had to arch this a little bit, but now it's ahead of all this stuff. Should fit pretty good. So anyway, we're bolted tight here. It's where she wants to be, and weld some here, and it'll be awesome. What's up, everybody? Alright, so I need to catch up to speed here. Here is our dipstick. I had to rework the dipstick itself. I had to bend a little bit and weld on a new tab, but it works out pretty good. And now our headers are on, and our exhaust flanges. This guy's done over here. Next I'm going to run a power wire for the fuel pump. ground for the cab off the chassis, and then she'll be ready for a front clip. This wire right here, this red wire right here, that goes all the way to the fuel pump. The fuel pump's going to be on a driver rail, about mid-cab, something like that. The computer is gonna initiate this guy here, but I went ahead and did the cab ground. So now we're gonna shoot for getting the front clip on, but it's easier to adjust the doors now with the clip off. If you're looking at this seam here, this belt line, it matches up pretty close to that guy. It's a little tight here. It looks pretty good here. I'm gonna adjust the striker plate. All right, here we go. Oh, my paint job. There's that. Man, it is so close. Okay, so it looks like the door just needed some greasing. What I did was I sprayed some lubricant inside the door latch here. It closes nice, latches nice, opens nice. Ooh. And see, our jam looks pretty good, pretty good. I don't really want to mess with that. Looks pretty good. Like I said, it's a little tight there, but that's okay. Anyway, I think we're going to call it on the driver door. Look at that, like a dream. Alright guys, so this is the passenger door here. And if you look at that line, it's higher than this guy here. And if you look at this part of the jam, I can stick my finger in it, and it's real tight down here. So, the back of the door needs to come down. I think that's why we were having so much trouble with it before. But right now, right now I have the striker plate out. That way I don't have to fight it. We're going to adjust the door first, and then we'll adjust the striker plate. Hiya. So, go ahead and do this. Maybe you don't mark nothing up. Alright. Oh, it's getting close. Downsies. So, striker plate's tight. We're gonna make sure we don't have a sticky latch. Lining up or not. So remember I told you how there's two shims in there? Now we know why. Yeah, we can.
You already moved this some?
Yeah, I've already readjusted. About a 1/4 inch gap.
It opens. It's yours. Now I gotta get this on here so I can buff it. And no, not Warren Buffett. Probably take care on this. I don't know. She's looking pretty cool. One of these days I'm going to invent one of these wrenches. It'll have like an air line hooked into the end of it and a trigger on it, and if you just pull it, it'll do all the work for you. I think people would buy it. Tell me what you think. Do you think they'd buy it? Oh yeah, they're going to. All right, that's where we are before we're buffing. And in my opinion, this girl is looking sweet. We don't have the world's best ability to walk around because I was being lazy, and Tommy wanted me to put it way out in the yard, but I don't want to push it back in here. Found that interesting. I don't agree with it either.
She looks marvelous, darling.
And when she's all buffed out, this thing's gonna be super cool. There you go. That's the money shot right there. Just for a quick review of what went on here, we love the way the yellow and the black contrast each other. So if you look, we went through and we sprayed all the core support, all the frame, all the suspension. Our inner fenders are going to be all black also. That's the way it was from the factory. But then you have the beautiful LS. You have the awesome, whatever that thing's called, Firewall. It's the original paint. This is just, it's turning out really, really cool. Hopefully you guys like it. Hopefully whoever wins it enjoys what they have. And oh, Tommy's trying to get out of the shot. There you go.
No.
Next week we're going to hopefully be messing with bumpers, headlights, hood hinges, so the hood will go up and down. I think we're probably going to paint the underside of the hood black, because that's the way it would have been from the factory, and we're going to make it look all pristine underneath there. Then also inner fenders will go in. We'll get our lug nuts taken care of and our grease cap. We'll get some beauty rings. This girl is turning out very nice. Hey, good morning. It's Saturday morning, and I am excited to see what this girl will turn into. I'm going to put a buffing wheel to it. We're going to get some pretty on this thing. So check it out. So right here, you're going to see the difference. We have the polished door here, and we have the cowl panel here and the fender. I'm going to polish right in here just to begin with. Actual rust. I think it looks pretty good. See if you can get a shot over here a little bit. Maybe some reflection. Looks way different, doesn't it? So now here's the cruel part. To see this girl completely buffed out, you're gonna have to tune in this coming Friday. Now remember, this Wednesday is Wild Car Wednesday, and it's gonna be really interesting dealing with two different cars. All right, we're pretty proud of this truck. It is turning out really, really cool. Between Tommy and a little bit of myself, we got a lot done this week. Tommy, what did we do?
Oh man, where do we start? Rear end's all done. She's got brakes, she's got steering, she's got
intake manifold.
Yeah, 85% of the wiring's done.
Steering's done.
Yep.
Tires and wheels.
The headers are on. Well, we got tranny cooling lines done today. Actually, really fantastic, nice fitting lines.
And we got the bed on and the front clip on.
See?
Now we're going to get some buffing done on it. We got the seat out earlier this week. We're going to have that reupholstered if we can find someone reasonably priced to do it. If not, we're going to be getting a cover ourselves and doing it. So who knows what you'll end up with. But I think it's turning out really, really cool. Reminder, subscribe, give us a like, share the video. And remember that if you refer somebody else over and they mention your name, you're going to get an additional name into the drawing. Make sure you send us a comment and ask to be in the drawing. Comment about how you think the truck's turning out. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, as always, thanks for watching. We actually timed it right that time.